We won a home game. We won a bloody home game. Although at this rate, we're probably more likely to win the Champions League than keep a clean sheet this season. But hello there guys and welcome back to Blues TV for my live review of Chelsea 7, Grimsby Town 1. And how can I not be gassed? Like, how can I not be extremely happy today? I mean, I think we all are. Everyone that's watching, thank you for tuning in. Massively appreciate it. But yeah, of course, before getting into it, if you are new to Blues TV, please be sure to subscribe. That will be massively appreciated. Of course, later on, there will also be fan cams. There will be a match day vlog by Lewis. And of course, there's all the other midweek content and match day content that we provide for you. So if you fancy it, please be sure to subscribe. Drop a like on this live stream and video, you know, whatever it is at the time you're watching it. That'd be great as well. And now let's just get into it. And I'm not sure when I'm going to mention every single goal today because, you know, I mean, there was 8. So that is that. And I'm not 100% sure when the draw will take place. I think Manchester United is currently drawing Rochdale and then going into, penalty shootout. So the draw will only take place after that, I assume. But if, the draw obviously comes out, I will mention it in here as well. I will shout you out right now just because you asked, Ibrahim Bar. Fair play, son. But yeah, I will get back. Basically, I will get to the chat towards the end of the stream. Let me just talk through what I have to say, basically, and then we'll get to what you guys are saying. And yeah, let's get into it with the lineup, as we obviously usually start on here for match reviews. And it was quite interesting. It was basically a 4-2-3-1, but it was kind of a 4-1-5-1, really, and not 4-1-5-1, 4-1-4-1, but all 4 really attacking, those 4. Anyway, it was Willy Caballero in goal. Reece James started right back, played the entire 90 minutes. Incredible. Didn't see him playing the full game. Lovely. We'll talk about him, obviously, in a lot of detail today because, again, just showing how much, just kind of proving a lot of people right that really did believe in him, including myself, and, showing a lot of glimpses of how much there is to come from him. The 2 centre-backs were Kurt Zouma and Mark Guay, which, again, also played 90 minutes, another debut. Great, absolutely great. At left-back, it was Marcos Alonso, who was then replaced later on. During the game, Billy Gilmour started as really the only holding midfielder that we had, although officially in the 4-3-1 it was Ross Barkley next to him. But Ross Barkley just decided to play as a 10 tonight. He was definitely not playing next to Billy Gilmour at any point in the game. And then we had kind of a 3 behind the striker, I guess. Callum Hudson-Odoi on the left. Again, also played the full game, although was absolutely knackered by the end. Pedro started as the official number 10, I guess, and Christian Pulisic starts on the right with Michy Batshuayi starting up front. Olivier Giroud, again, not being in the squad. By the way, we found out since then, or at least the journalist reported on it, that he's been ill. Hence why he's missed the last 2 games. It's nothing serious. Apparently, he was even in the stands today. But yeah, hence that's why he wasn't involved in the last 2 games. And I mean, the game really couldn't have started off any better. I'm just getting my phone up here because otherwise I'm not even going to remember all the goal scorers. Because just 4 minutes in, Ross Barkley made it 1-0 already. A pretty simple goal, to be honest. I mean, Pedro just gave him the ball in midfield and he just ran past sort of the Grimsby players. They barely even tried to get the ball from him and he just put it in past the keeper at the near post. Not much to it, quite frankly. It was a decent enough goal, but not much to it. Then in the 7th minute, Michy Batshuayi made it 2-0 already from a Reece James cross that then got intercepted by the defender, but then was a loose ball in the box. Michy pounced on it and just blasted it into the bottom corner. Pulisic was about to get there, or basically was there as well, but Michy just decided, right, let me take it then. And Pulisic seemed all right with that. But then, we kind of slowed it down a little bit. We felt like we were a bit too secure with the whole situation here. Not enough movement. I also felt that, especially in the first half, our lineup was just a bit too attacking because we had all these players forward, like I said, but even Barkley was playing like a real number 10. And then we only had Gilmour as a proper midfielder, and then basically half the build-up play was left to Zouma and also Gilmour. Like, Zouma had the most touches of the ball in the first half, or up until an hour maybe. I'm not sure whether it was that for the entire game, but certainly up until then. And no surprise we didn't get any proper, moves of play going. No surprise if you have all the players forward and no one in midfield. I mean, it's going to be a bit, easier for the opponent to just stop us from getting the ball to those attackers. And then in the 19th minute, Grimsby actually got one back through Matthew Green with an unbelievable goal. I mean, I still don't understand how it actually happened. They basically had a goal kick, just blasted it long. I think their striker might have got a little tiny flick on it. Guay was kind of in the middle of nowhere. Excuse me. Guay was kind of in the middle of nowhere. Then Kurt Zouma was kind of in the middle of nowhere. Just let it go through. And then Matt Green was just there and absolutely blasted it on the volley into the roof of the net, just below the bar. Absolute scream off the goal. Fair play. They looked happy. Grimsby, who have an average home attendance of 3.8 thousand people, brought 4.8 thousand people to Stamford Bridge today. So fair play to them as well. I can say that now because we won 7-1. And also there was a nice guy in the comments of the preview yesterday. So fair play to you. I hope you, if you were there, had a good day out, I guess, even though we smacked you 7-1. And then just before halftime, because the rest of the first half really wasn't great, just before halftime we received a penalty, a clear penalty, when Zuma was brought down, you know, in the box, I guess, when we had a corner. And interestingly, Pedro stepped up to take it. So much for Ross Barkley's the first penalty taker. What? so we just didn't. So Frank Lampard, after the Valencia game, goes out, no, Ross Barkley is my first penalty taker. If he's on the pitch, he's taking a penalty. And Barkley goes after the game, yeah, my name is on that sheet in the dressing room that says I'm the first penalty taker. And Pedro just goes, takes the penalty, even though Ross Barkley played. What? Someone said they saw Pedro take it off him. No, didn't see that. Maybe it's just a bit strange. Like the whole protecting Barkley, you know, talk that we had for Lampard and stuff doesn't really make sense if now he just doesn't take it. Like I don't really understand. But anyways, it was quite funny. We scored. It was good. That was 3-1 at half time. Second half, the start of it was a bit slow again, but then we made it 4-1 through Zuma, following a lovely Reece James assist. Absolutely lovely Reece James assist. You know, the Chelsea website or Twitter tweeted that he got 2 assists today alongside his goal. Not sure what his second assist was. They probably gave him the Batshuayi one, which wasn't officially an assist. Anyway, doesn't matter. He got the assist for Zuma with a lovely cross. Like, I'm still not 100% sure whether he kind of bent it round and used the very inside of his foot or whether he used the outside of his foot, because the way it bent, like curled, didn't really look like he used the outside of his boot. But plenty of people have been talking about an outside of the boot cross, which I'm still confused about. Either which way, it was a lovely cross to Zuma, just about got his toe on it and poked it in from close range and made it 4-1. And then again, took us a little while. We had loads of chances, like so many chances. Mishi had a couple, Hudson-Odoi had a couple, Pulisic had a couple. We just didn't take our chances. Like, their keeper was having the game of his life, and fair play to him. He looked gutted by the end, obviously, when he conceded 7, because he was making some unbelievable saves. We could easily have scored 10, 12 goals today, like easily. But in the 82nd minute, we did finally make it 5 through Reece James, and bloody hell, he's the real deal. He's the real deal. I mean, his first game of football, his first ever Chelsea game of football that he started, you know, the first ever competitive Chelsea game, he goes and does this after months of injury, plays the full 90 minutes, gets an official assist, gets a kind of assist, and scores a bloody great goal. Like, we had a corner, the ball from the rebound just fell to Reece James at the outside of the box. There was loads of people in front of him. He just took it down and then just curled it into the bottom right corner. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Like, what a guy he is. And there's so much to come from him. He can cross, he can run, he's good on the ball. He's so physically strong. I know we only played the League 2 side today. But still, you know, it has to start somewhere. And he was absolutely impressive. And he really is the real deal. And, you know, if Aspie's thinking he's going to play it right back for much, much longer, I think he's got that one wrong. I think he's got that one wrong. Then in the 86th minute, Michy Batshuayi got his second of the night. Fair play to him. Making it 6-1 at the time with an assist by Christian Pulisic, actually, who otherwise wasn't that good. First half, at the start, when Hudson-Odoi was very quiet, Pulisic was all right, one of the better attackers. But as the game went on, he was just not involved. He had a couple of half chances later on where he could have done a bit better. One he even took from Michy when Michy was probably in a better position to shoot and score. But yeah, you know, Batshuayi did get a second goal when he made a 6-1 with a pretty simple Pulisic assist. It was a lovely move, the whole thing actually. It was a lovely move. But yeah, a simple finish for Batshuayi in the end. And then to top it all off, even Callum Hudson-Odoi scored, and it was beautiful. In the 89th minute, absolutely great. Like, honestly, I was so happy for him. He had so many chances. I think he had 3 absolute one-on-ones with the keeper. And he just he looked so shattered. Every time he made that sprint to get into the right positions, every time he made the sprint to get into the right position, he just looked shattered to actually blast the ball. And he just tried to curl it into the bottom corner and just never placed it well enough. And just at that night, I'm not sure whether you're talking to me. Don't forget everything Aspie has done, though. Respect. Yeah, no, of course. Obviously, I'm not saying that. It's all good. Man United are on pens against Rochdale. Love that. Please keep me up to date in the chat how that's going. But yeah, that was then Hudson-Odoi. He got the ball on the left this time, just kept it on the left and just went for a bit more power for his strike and just kind of squeezed it in between the goalkeeper and, you know, the post and got his goal. So much emotion that he let out in that celebration. Reece James early in the game as well. That was great. But now, whatever the hell, it doesn't say those substitutions on here. I'm just going to have to think of them or remember them now. Let's talk about a couple of performances, because today really was youth debut central at Stamford Bridge. Like, it was absolutely youth debut central. Of course, Reece James made his debut, his full debut. Mark Way made his debut. a decent performance. Wasn't really needed much. Couldn't really do much about the goal we conceded. And other than that, but he was calm on the ball. Absolutely nothing to fault him for. So that was a debut. Of course, Billy Gilmour made his full debut. Of course, already came on against Sheffield a couple of weeks ago. But this was his first start for Chelsea, which is great. Hudson-Odoi came back, which is obviously unbelievable as well. And then even Ian Maatsen came on for Marcos Alonso. And, well, Faustino, but I forgot, was it Tino, the kind of short nickname they used for him? Tino Anjorin came on as well for Pedro later on in the game, who looked really good. I mean, both of those two looked really good. They're both 17 years of age, both looking really strong, looking really comfortable, looking really confident as well, confident on the ball. And, you know, Anjorin had a really good cross to Mishi, when one of the chances that Mishi really should have done a bit better with. An unbelievable cross by Anjorin. I'm pretty sure it was Anjorin, unless it was Martin. They look very similar. I'm sorry. And I'm not used to their numbers yet. I think Martin played with the 64 and Anjorin played with the 55. I'm pretty sure on that. But yeah, it was absolutely lovely. And what was the third substitution that we made? Can't remember, to be honest. Did we only make 2 substitutions? What was the other substitution? Martin? Did we only make 2? Please let me know in the chat whether we only made 2 substitutions. That I would like to know about, because I can't think of one. Yeah. Oh yeah. I did mention Billy Gilmour. What are you guys on about? Yeah. Billy Gilmour was great. Let's go through it. Obviously, I just mentioned Mark Way, and then Billy Gilmour. What a guy he is! Like, he's so calm. I already saw. You know, obviously I've watched him a couple of times in the. Academy already as well. He's good. I mean, he's very short and very small physically, which in my opinion really means that he needs someone somewhat big next to him. Can't ever really see him playing the double pivot next to N'Golo Kanté, because we'll just get absolutely murdered in midfield. But he's so calm on the ball, had great pass completion rate, and he tried some, more spectacular passes as well, some lovely switch plays to both wings. Yes, sometimes overdid it. We had good counter-attacking moments where he chose the wrong pass, but he was really good. I was very, very happy with Billy Gilmour. Really cannot blame him at all. Reece James, I mentioned, lovely. Kozuma got a goal. Could have done a bit better on the goal we conceded, but, took the armband as well once Pedro came off, who was the captain at the start, which again, I thought was a bit weird. Just give it to Caballero, like. I don't know. That would have been a bit calmer, in my opinion, anyway. Alonso was actually quite decent. I mean, he wasn't really used, and his crossing wasn't incredibly great, but he was quite decent. Ian Martin, of course, came on, spoke about him. Ross Barkley, really weird game. He actually had a good game, but at the same time, he still had those shocking moments. He's about the only player in the world I've ever seen that can be really good in a game and really, really shocking in the same game. And that's just like the definition of Ross Barkley. It just doesn't make sense sometimes. What is he doing sometimes? Actually, I say that. Michy Batshuayi is a bit like that as well sometimes. But, Ross, he's a bit weird. It was all right today. Can't really fault him. So still surprised that he didn't take that penalty. I would have given him the penalty just to calm the whole, first penalty, take a thing down, to score that one, calm people down, calm himself down and stuff. That would have been good. But it wasn't that wasn't the case. Pedro, it's all right, but probably our worst attacking player. Hudson-Odoi, quiet at the start, found his feet a little bit more, shattered towards the end, but got his goal. Needs to find his feet a little bit more. Not as impressive to me personally as Reece James was. But then I look at Christian Pulisic, who just wasn't involved. Like I mentioned it earlier, he just wasn't part of playing it. It's difficult when you watch a game on TV, because you can't always look at one individual player if you want to. If you're there in the ground, you can take a full 10 minutes and basically just focus on one player. You can't do that on TV because you can't always see them. So I really have not yet figured out. United won. Disappointing, but it is what it is. So is the thingy happening right now, the draw? Let me know that in the chat as well. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Pulisic. I'm really struggling to figure out why he's so not involved in a lot of games that he's featured in so far. Don't know whether his runs are wrong. Don't know whether he's just not up to par with his teammates just yet. I mean, he has this decent moment. He has this good piece of dribbling, this good burst of pace, which I really liked today. And there was good moments in there. But at the same time, I was just like, why are you not in play it more? Because whenever he receives the ball, I like him. He's good, got a good touch, great dribbling. Even got a decent shot. Had a couple of good crosses as well. What was that sentence? Anyway, I'm confused. Sorry, guys. I just need a drink because, a lot of talking. But yeah, Pulisic, it is a bit weird. And then Michy Batshuayi, a bit like Ross Barkley, just not that bad. Could have had 4, if not 5 goals today. But got 2. Can't really fault him. I mean, Giroud is, ill, but, he got his chance. Mishi scored 2 goals quite clearly. Second choice striker at the moment. For me personally, I still think Tammy Abraham is the #1 choice. And I just can't be disappointed today. We scored 7 goals, even though we had some dodgy moments basically as the game went on. Obviously, part of the first half weren't great, especially when they scored, and then we struggled a bit early in the second half. We struggled a bit, then we made it 4, then we struggled a bit again. Not as in struggled that we were close to not winning, but as in scoring as much as we did. At the end, you kind of have to feel for Grimsby a little bit. They kind of just open up. They probably were absolutely tired, of course, and then we just absolutely annihilated them for it. And again, fair play to them. They weren't like dirty. We've played early League Cup, early Cup rounds against various teams from lower divisions, and they just went in for these awful challenges and like literally being completely happy to injure our players. And Grimsby weren't like that at all. So fair play to them. The fans gave it a good go as well. So I really can't fault them. Batman was good today. Yes, I agree. I'm going to come to a couple of the messages that you guys put in the chat now. Is not getting past 2. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Like what I mean. Don't really know why he's not getting past 2 as much as he should. How did Mark Way fare? I thought he did well, mate. I mean, not incredibly tested today by Grimsby. He had the moment for the goal we conceded. Maybe he could have done a bit better as well. Him and Zuma were just both like just acting very strangely when that goal happened. But generally, I thought it was good. Looked calm with the ball. Looked quick. Knew how to basically let the ball run out of play without getting himself in danger and that kind of thing. So that is good. I'm happy with that. Barkley's trash. Kind of agree, but not today. Today he was trash and good because he still scored a decent goal and he got an assist as well. But then he has these weird moments where he's too selfish or he just takes way too long to pass the ball. It's just what it is. Yes, and Reece James, what an absolute don. Like, doubt it, but Reece James, if you're watching this, you're an absolute legend. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. What a guy. Can't wait. Glory, Man United. Love it. Barkley was okay today. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ian's crossing is so good at his age. Promising. Yeah, Ian Martin looked great. Angerin as well, in my opinion. They both look good. And Ian Martin, you saw it in pre-season as well. He's a bit like Emerson in that sense, just a completely different type of fullback compared to Marcus Alonso. So comfortable on the ball with the quick feet, very comfortable in dribbling and passing and running with it. Just so much pace to it, of course, a little bit shorter and not as physically strong, but then again, much quicker. So I think there's a lot of positives. And what do you think we should line up next game? I will do a preview on Friday ahead of the Brighton game. So watch that if you want to fancy that. If you want to find out my preview, I can't talk anymore. If you want to find out my lineup for the game on Saturday against Brighton, watch that. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss that. But that is to everybody. If you're new here to Blues TV and you're watching this, please be sure to subscribe. That'd be great. Drop a like if you're currently watching this live stream. And also drop a like if you're watching this video. And, you're here already. You might as well scroll down, click the like button. I would massively appreciate it. It doesn't hurt you anything. It doesn't cost you anything. So why the hell not? And of course, once this live stream has turned into a video, leave me your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below. Just going to get to 1 or 2 more comments by you guys. And then I'm going to leave it there for the night. Got to say the opponent's goalkeeper was awesome. Yeah, not going to lie. Forgot his name already. Let me just go to the name, actually, because he deserves a shout-out. Well, that's not him, is it? James McKeown. Was that him? James McKeown? If it was him, fair play to you. He was good. Kepa, James. James, really good. Don't know what you're saying, but yeah, really good. We kind of need back. He should be back fairly soon, which will be interesting. We don't know 100% when, but Frank Lampard put in the match notes today ahead of the game that he hopes for him to be back soon. I would kind of suggest and assume that means after the international break, similar to Emerson, but we'll have to wait and see. Hudson-Odoi can become our next Hazard. I don't think so because Hudson-Odoi is way more into scoring goals, which Eden Hazard never was. So he will never be as good technically, personally, I believe. But he could score a lot more goals for us than Eden Hazard has, which obviously was great. What position do you think should be the first position we should buy after the ban? Well, that is a tough question, that is. Depending on how Tammy does this season as striker, because I think, or winger, because we definitely need 2 wingers, but that wouldn't be the first priority because we still have Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic. But if Pulisic also doesn't perform, we need a winger or a striker. It's one of the two. Midfield, we're absolutely stacked. We need a replacement for Kante, not replacement, but backup for him long term. Okay, we have Ampadu possibly, but so far he's not been playing much at Leipzig at all. a second right back, possibly, depending on how the situation with Aspie goes. A second left back, possibly, depending on how the situation with Ian Martin goes. Obviously, behind Emerson, all of that is Austrian Schnitzel. Don't know who you are, but I love it. Austrian Schnitzel, up the Schnitzel. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Loftus-Cheek in place of Mount. Watch the, basically link, watch the video on my channel, to which a link is down in the description, where I talk about how we can actually fit Mason Mount and Loftus-Cheek in the same team. Great video, you should watch it. And also, as for my reaction to the draw, because I can't be live until the end of the draw, because I'm not even 100% sure when it's taking place, follow my Twitter. Also follow the channel's Twitter, but also follow my Twitter. There will be my reaction to whoever Chelsea come up against in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Like I said earlier already, massive thank you for everyone that has tuned in. I do appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like if you enjoyed this live stream. If you enjoyed this video, if you're watching this later, leave me your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below once this live stream has turned into a video. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. It's been a good day for us, and I'll see you when I see you.